Papa Pepper, free goat toy with every purchase.
Alright guys, Papa Pepper here, and you know, we get into all sorts of interesting things around here lately, including what I'm up to right now. Just new things never really did before. But we're learning along the way, and one thing that we really like to do is to pay attention to what's going on around us. So that gives us an opportunity to notice a lot of things that we may not otherwise understand or be aware of. Come off. So, you can twist those off. Anyway, recently, you've seen we've been trenching some water lines and power lines. I'm gonna hook up the septic system behind me in a little bit too. But we had something interesting happen, so I'm gonna show you guys this, just so if you've never seen it before, you're aware of it, especially for those of you who either have goats or may be contemplating getting goats. So as you know, anytime I'm working on a project, I'm always looking to get the most out of it. When I'm trenching a water line or a power line, I got all these rocks, okay? That's a benefit for me, especially with the way I'm working on my garden. And one thing that you'll know if you've ever done anything like this is, you know, these really big power line cords to run electricity, in this instance to my mobile home, are real expensive. So the least they can do is give you one of these, right? So because I got over 200 feet, it was wound up on one of these. Now I've seen these often enough. We used to have a really giant one at some friend's house when I was a kid, and that thing was amazing. Actually, I was a young adult, you know, my late teens, but we would, you know, walk on it and use it like a giant kind of water wheel, almost just, you know, walking around, letting it spin. But these are great toys for goats. This one seems a little unstable, but I'm gonna see if I can reinforce it a little bit. And the one thing you gotta watch out for too, is they usually got a pretty good hole. This is the main one I'm worried about. These aren't as big, but out of these four, these two right here are the biggest. So what I'm gonna do is just take a board, screw it in over the top of that, and then they should be able to not have to worry about their foot falling in the hole and injuring the animals, because goats like to climb, they like to jump. If you do not want a goat that's going to jump a fence or climb on top of things, they'll walk on vehicles, they'll do all sorts of stuff. If you do not want a goat that's going to do that, what I would recommend is get some of the meiotic goats, the Tennessee fainting goats. There are little ones, but there is also like a full-size breed, and I guess as long as, you know, some in the genetics they've got some of that, they're not going to jump or climb. So that's something to do some research on, think about, and we're just going to see if we can just screw this together real quick, and what else we need to do to prepare this for the goats. So down here we got a couple little pieces of metal from where they hooked in the power lines. We're just going to pull those out because those could potentially injure the goat, get caught in their hoof, something like that. I think I might just put a couple screws through the bottom of here to hold this a little steadier, and we're going to see if they don't want to play with it. Well, let's go see if they like it. Now, since all my little goats are currently in a temporary portable pen, I'm going to take this by the big ones, because even though they're not kids anymore, they're still goats, they still like to have a good time, and we're going to see if they don't enjoy it. So I'm going to wheel it down there, and we'll see what they think. So when I started rolling that in here, the goats kind of took off to the other pasture just because of some big crazy thing rolling, some sort of big round thing. But not sure if they have any experience playing on stuff like this. So I'm going to have the little peppers get a little bit of feed, and we're going to sprinkle that on top and see if they don't want to come over and jump on top of it. I think once they figure out what it's for, they should like it. Up over on the hillside, let's see, there's that right over there. I think there is a big pile of nice flat river rocks I'm gonna do some masonry with, build a couple things out of, but that was one nice big just pile, and now it's kind of this flattened hump because they like climbing on that so much. So here comes Pinky Pepper with some feed, and we'll see if they don't. If these guys don't like it, I know that the little goats will. But either way, you know, when you spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on some electrical wire, it's nice to get a free goat toy tossed in. So let's check it out.
Can I just dump some of it?
Oh, the sheep wanted to come.
Okay.
Buckington and wow. Raspberry is wide, child. Oh, so is she. Here they come. Come here. Hey, Wild. Pinky, come here. And Crockett. Hey, goats. Check it out.
Jump up the Crockett.
Oh, Crockett likes it. You should see these guys eating on their back legs anyway. And that Wild one, she's the only one who's actually jumped one of these fences. But we had her quarantined at first. She was all alone. And she just jumped a fence to get with some other ones. Making friends.
What's its back leg still up there?
And Bonita is still somewhere up in the woods.
I see her. She's right there. Crock, look at your back legs. Get up there. I'm trying to lift his back legs.
Looks like they're ready to play a game of cards. Let's get a photo of this quick. Okay, so they're at least using it as a table. And Crockett at least gets, Daisy at least get their front legs up. Oh, there goes Wild. I'm not sure if they'll make the whole jump or not. There's Bonita.
There she comes.
Coming in out of the woods.
Slowly there. She never will.
So I knew this would be a little bit high for the little ones, and potentially it's going to be a little bit high for these ones too. I'm sure she could jump on top of this, but maybe they'll need some time to play with it. So hopefully we can get some good footage of them bouncing and jumping and playing on this, but so far, maybe not. Oh, here comes Bonita. So these big ones here up on the table, those are Nubians. That one is Savannah and Boer, and then Bonita is an Angora. So we've got a blend, and then we've got 3 little wethers of, King, and the, and they are Nubian. And then we've got Blueberry is the new one, and she is,
Whoa.
I think he tried to go for it. She's Kiko and Boer. So, an interesting mix of, put that on top please. Whoa. Alright, back up, let's see what happens.
Bonita hasn't gotten up there yet.
No, she doesn't want to work for it right now, does she?
She's too short. I think she thinks she's too short. Daisy's tall. But she just doesn't. Whoa, she finally did it. She kind of looks like a dog.
Anyway, a free goat table for when your goats want to socialize and have a little get together. A free goat table with every couple 100 feet of wire. I gotta get back to trenching, guys. Papa out. As always, I'm Papa Pepper, and I'd like to remind you, don't post for free. If you'd like to be part of a revolution in social media, an economic power to the people, where users can actually blog for cryptocurrency, then I'd recommend that you check out Steemit.com and join the revolution. Papa out.